My mess. Well, I did it. Today I shot a video. It's actually on my personal channel that is where I normally put family stuff. It's kind of a test. I did none of the editing on my phone or on my Linux machine. Instead, I focused on seeing what I was able to do with the YouTube editor. And I don't know, it did okay. The subject matter is, droll. The actual filming itself was pretty sad. I had my wife come home in the middle of shooting, and rather than stop, I kept going, and you can hear microwaves running and dinging and, off-camera voices and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, from a professional level, it is, but that's where I am. So, I get to go to work tomorrow, which will be interesting. I haven't been for the last 2 days. I've been staying home with my daughter. So did I accomplish what I had hoped to do today? No. But I got something done. I got a video out there. And I will go ahead and link here, even though there's nobody following this yet, just in case, for reference, if nothing else. So that you can see, or so that I can see what I was working on this day. I would say, all in all, the amount of time that I spent on it wasn't. There were a few hiccups. The transitions are a little bit fruity. It's like they kind of consume some of the. You can't convince them to consume more or less of the first video. You can shorten them, but they don't. I don't know. It doesn't feel like they're physically sitting on top of the two clips, which is a little bit strange. Maybe that's standard. I have no idea. But I stuck with a single simple side swipe transition. I didn't mess with it at all. I did adjust volumes because that's one of my pet peeves. I was glad to see that the YouTube editor does let you do that. So when I would clip my own voice, especially if I was behind the camera and talking, I would try and take the volume down for my voice and raise it for my daughter's or ours when I'm in front of the camera to try and even it out. It is disappointing that there's no actual volume level indication. So it would be nice if you could see a volume track and be able to say, the volume here is this and that and the other, and kind of, be able to tell if you had to make a new clip to cut off a spike or whatever. But, in general, I think it did okay. I won't really know until it's still processing. I won't really know until I've actually watched it on YouTube itself to see what the whole volume came out like. But, it's a start. And let's see, what else did I accomplish today? Nothing really. I made lunch, and I, did general housekeeping-ish sort of things. I did some dishes and that sort of stuff. I played the stay-at-home dad, basically. So for those folk out there that stay home, taking care of kids or not, that it's interesting. You just going along and your day is gone. You don't know what you spent it on, but you felt like you were busy the whole day. And there were I did do one major thing. On the, major is a relative term. On the videos, you can see there's a blank wall behind us. And that blank wall wasn't blank at the beginning of the day. There was a large white hutch there. And I moved it out of the dining room, which was no mean feat. I had to unload it. I went ahead and cleaned it, and then pushed it single-handedly onto the carpet in the living room and against the wall. Probably ill-advised, but I did it anyway. I wanted to make some progress towards getting things off of the floor that we need to replace. There's a 10-inch tile that was put in right before we bought the place, and I don't know why, but it breaks really, really easily. And I'd already replaced it in the kitchen. I'm not happy with that because I used some laminate flooring that isn't staying together. It's kind of separating a lot. And I've tried gluing it, gluing the boards together, and they don't stay. The material is actually weak enough that it shears off. The glue is staying fast, but the material is shearing off. So there's that. I did move that hutch, and that is just one step towards eventually pulling that whole floor up. And what I'll probably end up doing is finding another material for the entire kitchen and dining room area. Just because, we've worn out the laminate flooring that I put in the kitchen. I did that just kind of in a weekend once to make it a little bit easier to work in the kitchen. And there's a couple of problem spots in the dining room. It's not as bad, but you can tell where the high traffic area is because the tile that is in that area is just, shards. And I've actually replaced those tiles once already. I took some of the good tiles from the kitchen and put them in the broken spots in the dining room, and it didn't take long before they were broken again. So whatever is causing that, it's annoying, and I'll be glad to be rid of it. But one major barrier to replacing that flooring has been this hutch, and so now the hutch is out of the way. That leaves just the table and a kitchen rack, which is trivial, relatively trivial to move. So maybe that'll be a weekend project here coming up, is just tearing out the old floor and cleaning everything up and then replacing it with something. Don't know what. Something. So, but hey, video number 1. And I will start working on, I have kind of a backlog of things that I'd like to piece together. This was my first time really cutting a lot in a single video. I was taking sometimes a couple of seconds just because I wanted to cut out these words and leave these words, and I can see how a more professional editing package would be nice because you could actually visually see where the audio track is. So you could say, okay, well, there's where somebody's speaking, and be able to just draw the line there to cut the film or the clip right at that line. I've got a couple of places in this video that I know there's the beginnings of a word that are on the wrong clip or whatever. And I wasn't going to sweat it much. And so I didn't. But so it's 58% processed. It'll be up soon. And I will catch you tomorrow.